So I am so glad I have the relationship with Jackson that I have. And I think most of you guys that he was comfortable enough saying this to me yesterday. And I was so glad he did. So I'm sitting down in his office yesterday and we're just shooting it. And he says to me, so, are we just supposed to smile through the pain? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, are we all just supposed to sort of pretend what's going on here? This may be a very raw segment you're about to hear. So I said, I'll save it. You know what? Let's have this talk on the air because as Bert from the Bert Show, I realize over years that I don't necessarily, I don't know the chatter that goes on behind the scenes. A lot of times, I will see the best faces of people, but then I realize when I'm not in the room, there's real, raw, authentic chatter going on. So a lot of times when you're that person, you can't really test the temperature because everybody's trying to like please you, right?
Well, there's that, and we've tried to protect you from some stuff, so you didn't have to worry about it, just depending on situations. But yeah, I have been envious over the years how blissfully ignorant you are of certain situations.
And I thank you for that.
And it's not you. It's sincerely, like, it's not you being like avoidant or anything. You're just you're just oblivious.
I don't know that that's true. Like my gut has never lied. Like I've seen things in studio that my gut was telling me were going on, and I'm just like, you know what? It's not that bad. When the truth of the matter is, it was bad, and I just put it off and put it off and put it off, and some of those situations ended badly, right? So Jackson hits me up yesterday, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do this on the show. Let's do this on the air. Let's really ask what is going on with everybody, because I'm kind of curious also.
So it's family therapy time.
It's family therapy time, man. Go for it.
Yeah. When you came by, I asked the obligatory, like, how you feeling kind of question. I feel like I've asked that to basically everybody here about how they have felt about the show ending since we've all sort of heard the news, and now that it's like, this public thing. And I get very varying responses depending on who I'm talking to. But Bert, for example, with you, you're talking about like all the plans that you have afterwards and like how it probably is going to, you're trying to keep yourself busy and all this stuff. And that got me thinking of like, we're all thinking 10 steps ahead right now. And I want to think a little bit more currently about how everyone's feeling. And I've noticed myself personally trying to be the optimistic person in the studio and in the office, and trying to keep my head up and saying that everything's going to be okay, and reassuring a lot of people around here about what their plans are and things like that. But I find myself when I get home, or even when I'm driving in, feeling like pretty sentimental about things and thinking like, if I complain about getting up early in the morning, kind of trying to rearrange the way that I'm thinking about that and being grateful for having to drive here early in the morning, because there's only a few shows left that we can do that for. And it's really kind of got me feeling fairly emotional. And I know that I have not been here for very long, especially compared to the tenure of a lot of people here. And so if I'm feeling this, I figured everyone else must be feeling this, if not tenfold what I am.
Yeah. I'm going to start getting emotional now. So Jackson, Cassie, and Katie are coming over with me to Pioneer. I just didn't have enough space for everybody on the staff. So I have been taking some comfort in that. And with the others, I am trying to find some employment or with the connections that I have, trying to find some people, some places also. So I can understand how even though I'm doing this to find joy and travel, and I have a different perspective on it, there's certainly some sadness, but it's very different than I'm guessing what you guys are going through. Mikey?
Well, I'm a sentimental kind of guy in general, but it's like if you're moving houses, like you already have signed a lease on a new house. You're moving houses, you have time to walk around the house and touch the stuff and get sad about it. Whenever I don't know, it feels like I'm getting evicted from my house. So I don't really have time to like be like, this was fun. I just gotta be like, all right, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do here. I'm getting thrown out on the street. So I'm I don't know. I hope that as it gets closer, I can start being sad about it.
Kristen, where are you at right today?
I was about to ask. I'm like, it depends on the day because you can hold space for more than one emotion at a time. I think we have expressed that over the years on the show. Like, it's more than one emotion can coexist. And today, I'm okay. There's been a lot of tears. There's been a lot of sentimentality. There's been a lot of like, thinking back and just looking at the last 14 years that I've been fortunate enough to be here. So it solidly depends on the day. Am I happy the show is ending? No, absolutely not. Am I also excited of what the future holds? Sure. Am I also terrified of what the future holds? Sure. And it's, I really don't thrive in the unknown. So I feel like this is the universe's way of me flexing that muscle. And it's just going to ultimately make me a better person.
Cass?
I think I'm disassociating a little bit, honestly. I'm sad. I will say I have nightmares or dreams about the show every single night, featuring cast members here, old cast members, me being on air for a bit and forgetting what I'm doing, the final show wrapping up. Like, it's definitely, and I think that's my mind's way of dealing with it. I started the show when I was 25 and I was off mic, and now I'm 40. And so it's been a huge chunk of my life and work career. And I think I'm sad to see the show go. I'm sad that we won't be able to talk to the listeners every day. But most of all, I'm sad that I won't get to see the people in the studio every single day. You know, your coworkers, but your friends as well. And when you have the type of job that involves sharing some of your deepest, darkest fears and secrets with people in studio, it's very hard to like go from seeing these people every day to all of a sudden not. And it's not like we can't call and text, but
it's not the same.
It's not the same. And it's very different. And I think with anybody who's ever gone through a life transition, a job change, whatever, knows that feeling of the unknown and being scared of what's next. And although I am working at Pioneer with Bert, like there are going to be changes there as well. So it's just a lot. But yeah, right now disassociating and ignoring what's going on. And maybe the final day it'll hit.
How about you, Rebecca?
You know, I've worked for this show now for over 4 years. And I wish I could say in my tenure that I've grown as a person, but I'm half the size that I was when I started.
You skinny legend here. You're so tiny.
I'm so small. You can't even see me, so it's like, am I even here? I have a new perspective because I have been through so much while working here. After battling cancer, I'm not afraid because I know as long as I'm alive, anything is possible. And there are so many opportunities that I am excited for ahead. So the only thing I feel is gratitude. I feel so much gratitude for all of you, for this amazing adventure. I feel like I gained a voice. I learned so much about who I am. I got to talk about Moo Dang. I'm just so grateful for you, Bert, for all that you've done for me after all that I've been through. I'm so happy with all of the relationships that I've made here. The only thing I'm afraid of is, like Cassie said, not being able to see everyone every day. But I know that, this is a family, and I feel like these relationships are going to last a lifetime. So I just feel grateful.
As we're sitting here and we're going around the room also, this is a little bit of my worst nightmare also, is that I've told you guys that over the course of 25 years, I feel the responsibility for everybody, not only in this studio, but also in our syndicated markets also that are all depending on us. And that weight has been on me my entire life, right? So as we're going around the room and don't stop doing it, I have been struggling with pangs of guilt. Since I made the decision. I don't need comforting. I see you, Cass. I see you leaning in.
Okay.
It's all right. It's all right. But there are certainly pangs of guilt of like, people's lives are changing.
Yeah.
And I just want to let you guys know that I'm aware of that. Abby?
Well, I think that's totally normal to feel guilty. But at the end of the day, like, you deserve to also have a season of getting to celebrate your career.
Yeah, and this is not what this is about. So maybe I shouldn't have even said that right now. I want to know how you guys are right now.
I mean, I think and for better or for worse, and I've been very upfront about the fact that like I can't hide how I feel. Like I'm a little sleep deprived and tired right now, so I'm a little teary. And also, I think, you know, out of everyone in the studio, I'm probably one of the people whose lives is going to change the most. And last night was really hard at the Taylor Swift thing where like all the listeners are coming up and they're like, so where are you going? What are you doing? And I'm like, I don't want to think about that right now. Like,
you might be working there.
I might be working.
You shouldn't have left.
I shouldn't have left. I was like,
picked up a shift.
I was like, somebody hire me as a busboy. And
Abby was telling us earlier also that people at the Taylor Swift thing last night were literally crying to her.
I'm like, I had to console so many people. Like they're crying more than me right now. I'm like, and it's so cool and so like, I'm so grateful to have gotten to be a part of something that means so much to people. And how many people get to say that they got to do what they set out to do. Like when I got into radio, I was like, whatever, I'll do this radio thing. And, you know, if I could say I had a dream job, it would be to be on a nationally syndicated show and to get to be a part of people's mornings. And like, it is so rare that you get to set a goal and actually accomplish it and be a part of something. So I think there's a part of me that's sad. That's kind of like, it feels a little bit like a peak, like, okay, I did the thing I said I was going to do. And now it kind of feels like maybe things won't be, maybe everything will be a letdown after that. Like me, not to be like, I've peaked, but you know, what do you do after you accomplish the thing you said you were going to do? Like you have to find new goals. And I'm really trying very hard to see it as an opportunity to become like a better version of myself and to flex muscles I don't want to flex, like being open to change and being open to moving and being open to the unknown. These are all things I don't like. I like stability. I'm a Taurus. I want to sit on my couch and eat cookies and go to a job that I know is going to be there. But for me, I'm really just trying to open my hands and just say whatever's next is whatever's going to be next. And I'm not good at hiding the fact that I'm not enjoying the process, but I'm really hoping that this time next year I can look back and go, this is exactly what was supposed to happen and how it was supposed to happen. And I'm going to miss my friends and I'm going to miss what we've done and accomplished together. But at the end of the day, like this is a new direction that the universe is putting us on. And I know we're all going to be better for it.
Okay, now I'm going to the left of the biggest crybaby in the studio. This is Amber.
Please outcry me.
That's why I'm saving Tommy for last. Maybe he's going to say something funny because I know this is going to be heavy.
Many of you do or may not know this, but I was a Bert Show P1 way before I applied to be here. And my dream job was to work for Bert when I was in high school. I'm going to be 40 next year. And the last few years of my late 30s, my dream came true. Cassie emailed me, Tom emailed me, and they told me I had the job. And my mom knew I was going to get it. And it was like my mom got to see me have this dream before she passed. And she got to see me wake up every morning happy to go to work. And that was a beautiful time. So I owe all of you in the studio and Tommy's studio for literally making my dreams come true. That I honestly never thought I would get to experience it. So it's bittersweet. You know, the older you are, you don't know where you're going to go. And the Gen Zs are taking all the jobs. So, so I'm just grateful to be able to sit here and cry and have these memories.
All right, Tommy, you better say something funny to get us out of this.
Well, we got Katie, too.
Katie. Katie first, yeah.
All right.
Katie's always so even keel, though, man. I got to worry about her crying right now.
Have you ever cried on the Bert Show since you've been here?
Have you ever cried in your life?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I've cried in my life. I am an emotional person. I just don't show it to people.
Show it.
No, I'm just ready to sleep in. That's really what I'm looking forward to.
Yep.
Is sleeping in. This has been a great journey, but I'm looking forward to the next.
Yeah. Katie is the member of the Bert Show that takes a 6-hour nap in the middle of the day, wakes up, eats, and then goes to sleep for the night. So she's looking forward to some sleep. Some steady sleep. All right, Tommy. I am very interested in everybody's future here, but yours with your wanderlust of getting into your RV and thinking you're going to travel. I think I want that for you so badly.
So when you sat us down and you told us the end date, I tried not to smile too big. Seriously, I was sad, but at the same time, I'm like, this is the thing that I need to convince my wife to let's sell everything and go RVing around the country. And, you know, I came to the Bert Show 14 and a half years ago. And it was at a time where I'd been out of radio a couple of years. I'd worked with Rick Dees, who's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, top 40 radio DJ in the country. And I was out of radio. I was done. And the only person that could have brought me back in was Bert. I wanted either, if I stayed in radio, I'd go to LA, New York, or Atlanta. And I didn't want to come to Atlanta because I knew you and Jeff, and I didn't want to compete against you guys. Little did I know I'd be working with you for the next 14 and a half years. So I just want to thank you for the opportunity. You and Stacy brought me in, and you've done things for me and Renee and for other people on this show that I will never forget. I remember when COVID happened, Bert and Kristen took a pay cut, and Bert did not cut anybody else's pay on the show. And I was ready to take a bullet for you, run through a brick wall, because that's the type of person you are. I mean, I bitch a lot on this side of the glass.
You?
And me and Bert have a contentious relationship. But at the end of the day, we know where we stand with each other, and we respect each other. And, you know, as far as what's next for me, I mean, it's sad for me. I was here the other night late working on audio from old shows, and everybody had gone home. And I did a lap around the building. And I was like, wow, this is it. I mean, I'm only going to do this a few more days. And I mean, I've been doing radio. I started college radio in the summer of 1989. So that's how long I've been doing radio. And I'm just a couple years younger than Bert.
You didn't have to say that.
And I mean, I think this is my last radio gig. I'm done. I want to find something to do from the road. And there's a couple things out there that I'm looking at, but I want to be able to work from the road and travel and enjoy life. I had an epiphany. It was last October. I think Bert pissed me off during the show. And I thought, you know, my wife and I, two people, we've got this humongous house, which is way more than both of us need. I've got all this crap. And, you know, I'd love to be able to travel and enjoy life with my wife and my dog. And this is going to give me the opportunity to do that. Granted, I find something to do on the road.
Well, it seems to me that because you want to travel in your RV and I want to travel, I should just join you on the road with you and your wife. I mean, we could sit right next to each other in the RV. We could trade off steering the RV.
If you foot the bill, there are some big ass RVs. I might not even see you.
All right, so for those of you that used to love the Retro Bert Show because we would talk for 45 minutes to an hour and a half and never break, you just got that.
You did.
We did it again.
The Bert Show.